Live in Western Oregon, this is NBC 16 News at 5.
When we walked out of the house, there was a guy yelling, and then we got in the car, and he came out yelling again, and he had a gun.
A standoff in Canyonville after police say a man fires a gun from a home. Good evening and thanks for joining us for NBC 16 at 5. I'm Alan Matthews. The man was arrested just hours ago after the gunfire this morning. This started around 10 today on Southwest 4th Place, and the man was taken into custody just before 3:30. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says that they told residents to lock their doors and stay in place. One resident that we spoke with says it took them completely by surprise.
So you didn't hear any fighting beforehand or any yelling or anything?
No,
like that?
No, it was quiet, and just bam, 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 like 15,
No one was hurt by the gunfire. Again, the man was arrested just before 3:30. It's unclear exactly what led up to the gunfire or who the man is. We'll keep you updated on the latest. Continuing coverage as 80 million Americans will get their stimulus checks this week right into their bank accounts via direct deposit. According to the U.S. Treasury, those who filed their 2018 or 2019 tax returns are the first ones getting the money. It comes at different times depending on your bank, but people will get the same $1,200 check. If you and your spouse both file your taxes, you will get double the amount plus $500 for each child. For many Lane County residents, the aid couldn't come soon enough.
So they felt a little bit of relief because I'm getting a temporary furlough next month, so I won't be working the month of May, and I get paid the end of the month. So June is going to be pretty tight since that is definitely something.
She says the rest of her check will go into savings. She and her spouse will combine the remaining money to help them while they are furloughed. And a new tool that will help you track your stimulus payment is now live on the IRS website. It's called Get My Payment, and you'll need 3 pieces of information to use it: your social security number, birthday, and address. Well, today was supposed to be tax day, but the deadline to file federal and Oregon state income taxes has been extended to July 15th. If you don't have to file any extra form or call to qualify for the July date. If you do need an extension past July 15th, that's when you'll need to request an extension. The IRS still encourages people to file sooner rather than later, especially if you're due a refund. Let's take a look at coronavirus cases in Oregon, as there are now more than 1,600 cases, including 58 deaths. Oregon Health Authority announced 33 new coronavirus cases and 3 new deaths. The latest deaths are from a man from Marion County and 2 women from Multnomah County. All were over 80 years old with underlying medical conditions. As you can see in this map, Multnomah, Washington, and Marion County have the most cases in Oregon with over 1,000. Now, as we take a look at our region with this bar graph, Benton County added a case. They now have 25. Lynn County added another case. They now have 53. Here in Lane County, we have 45 cases. 7 people are hospitalized. The latest case is a woman in her 50s from the Eugene-Springfield area. She is currently medically stable at home. Deschutes County has 55 cases. Douglas County also added 3 cases, bringing their total to 23. There is only 1 case in Coos County. And as you can see, this bar graph showing you the increase in cases each week. Just about a month ago, we were just at 88 cases. We now stand with a current number of 1,667. Coronavirus testing capabilities in Lane County are expanding by the hundreds, which is a vital step toward reopening the state. It's all thanks to a partnership between the University of Oregon and McKenzie-Willamette Medical Center. NBC 16's Kelsey Christensen has that story.
Inside McKenzie-Willamette Medical Center sits a new machine that's expanding COVID-19 testing by up to 200 tests each day, starting the end of this week.
The way we were going to get out of this mess was one of the key ways is going to be testing.
That's Cassandra Mosley. She's a researcher at the University of Oregon. She and her team are the ones who not only gave the machine to McKenzie-Willamette, but also trained staff to use it. Prior to the machine, McKenzie-Willamette says it was sending tests to private labs.
And it would take, probably 2, 3, 4 days.
The new method is a lot faster, results within 24 hours.
And that will be super important as we want to try to reopen our community, and knowing who is sick and who needs to be quarantined is really going to make that a much easier project.
And she's right. Governor Kate Brown says expanding testing is a vital part to reopening Oregon.
We need to ramp up testing capacity in every region of the state.
Mosley says there's even more room for expansion. A new automated testing instrument is due to arrive later this month, which will raise the daily testing capacity up to 300. It's helping hospitals cope as we go forward.
That will help with the PPE shortage because we won't be gowning in and out, every time.
Mosley adds that the machine could run practically all of the time if there was a greater supply of the chemical needed for testing. But still, the expansion aims to play a pivotal role moving forward. Reporting in Eugene, I'm Kelsey Christensen.
Lane County Public Health spokesperson Jason Davis says about a third of their coronavirus patients have already recovered. Despite optimistic statistics, County Mental Health Coordinator Roger Brubaker says the virus is traumatizing community members. Brubaker says sadness, anger, numbness, hopelessness, and loss of interest are some of the signs that people may be experiencing.
This isn't a sign of weakness. These are simply signs of being human in extraordinary times. We are grieving for what has been lost and anxious about the future. The lack of certainty about what we can rely on can feel absolutely maddening and overwhelming sometimes.
Baker says some things people can do to manage mental health is letting go of obligations outside your own family's safety, practicing mindfulness, and reaching out to people you may be worried about. We now move to our first look at weather. NBC 16's Heather Melendez now joins us. A bit of cloud cover and a little cooler today, Heather.
Yes, that's right, Alan. That's because they have a cold front moving in. So although it seemed like it was going to rain, it definitely is not going to. We saw plenty of clouds in Eugene and out in Roseburg, but really it is going to bring in some colder winds. So right now we're seeing double-digit wind speeds. Eugene seeing 10 miles an hour, Roseburg 14, and those out in Coos County seeing some 15 miles an hour wind. But really temperatures are mild right now. We're seeing 60s along the 5, and really those out in the coast in the 50s will manage to really cool down back into the 40s. With all that cloud coverage, we'll have a warmer night tonight, but as we wake up in those early morning times, we'll still be dry and seeing plenty of sun, seeing some upper 40s. But again, we do have that cold front in effect, so we'll start to see some lingering moisture. I'll let you know what to expect this week in my full weather forecast.
All right, thank you so much, Heather. Well, developing tonight, Eugene police are looking for a robbery suspect. Police say he used a firearm to steal cash from the Duck and Go convenience store on Commons Drive. Eugene police describe the suspect as a white man in his early 20s. He is around 5 feet and 10 inches. He was last seen wearing a gray hoodie with an orange jacket on top. His face was partially covered by a blue bandana. Anyone with information is asked to contact Eugene police. Junction City police are searching for a man who drove off in a stolen semi-truck from Seattle. Police say someone reported Mark Koppel was barefoot near 2nd and Greenwood Street when he told someone to retrieve the ignition key and a cell phone from the semi-truck that was parked nearby. Police say that truck was stolen last Friday while the driver was getting fuel. Koppel is described as 5'10", 200 pounds, short brown hair, and blue eyes. He was last seen wearing glasses, a neutral tone jacket, or a long sleeve shirt with a hood. Koppel is known to wear orange traffic safety vests. Anyone with information is asked to contact Junction City Police. Well, many local nonprofits are seeing an increased need for their services during the coronavirus pandemic. Catholic Community Services of Lane County tells us they've seen an increase of about 25% since the pandemic started. They say the increase is from new clients who haven't had to use their services before. In more recent days, they've been handing out an average of 100 food bags each day that they are open.
We want that to happen. We want people to know that food is available at both centers in Springfield and in Eugene through Catholic Community Services. The food is here. We have enough to supply people, and we are open on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to noon.
Catholic Community Services tells us the community can help. They are in need of plastic grocery bags for their food. However, they must be packaged and unused. They are also accepting monetary donations. To donate, you can visit any of their 2 locations in Eugene and Springfield. And of course, when we are not on the air, you can read the latest information about coronavirus. Just go to our website at NBC16.com, our Facebook page at KMTR News, or by downloading our app KMTR News on your mobile device. We have resources to keep you and your family safe during this time.